Mikey Williams was one of the most talked about high school basketball players in the country, but is now facing up to 28 years in prison at just 19 years old. He was arrested and will possibly face being charged with 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Apparently, the story is that people showed up to Mikey's house causing a disturbance, so he threatened and shot the car that was full of people. The good thing is, nobody got hurt, because if someone did, this would be 1,000 times worse. And who knows what really happened. I'm sure we'll never get all the details, but it doesn't end there. Witnesses are saying it was him that shot the gun, and when the police searched his house, they found multiple weapons. He was set free because of a $50,000 bond until October 24th, where he'll face a judge and plead his case. Mikey Williams right now is supposed to be practicing with the University of Memphis, but instead is waiting for his fate to be determined. And California has some of the most strict gun laws in the country. The whole situation is just so sad and flat out dumb that I don't even know what to say. We're talking about a top 50 recruit in the country, a dude that literally signed a deal with Puma at the age of 17. He has millions of followers on social media, and the sky really was the limit. But instead, we're talking about this. When he was in 8th grade playing with Bronny, people thought he was going to be the future of the league. Like, I can't even stress to you enough how much hype there really was for him. We also can't say that he 100% did it yet. Mikey does plead not guilty, but the odds seem stacked against him. Witnesses are saying he matches the suspect, then finding illegal weapons in his house. It's just not a good situation to be in. Whether you did it or not, being in that situation alone will have you looked at differently by a lot of people. Let me show you an example just using Ja Morant. Going into the 2022-23 NBA season, Ja Morant was ranked the 9th best player in the entire league by ESPN. But after the multiple gun flashing situations and the suspension, people's perception of him have changed. So going into this season, ESPN has him ranked 35th. He dropped 26 spots in the span of a single season. Is that because of his on-court play? No, that's because of what he did off the court. Luckily for Ja, he's already made it to the league and other people's opinions of him don't really matter at all. However, for Mikey, he hasn't even made it to college yet, so people's opinions of him are gonna matter if he wants to make it to the league. And if people's perception is changing that much over someone in the NBA, that perception change is gonna be even more harsh for someone entering college. People questioned his ego and cockiness when he was on the court, but that's what a lot of people were following him for. And unfortunately, a lot of social media platforms were glorifying those ego-filled moments. Like when he dunked on the dude and then stepped on his arm. It was a cool highlight so he can do whatever he wants, but it seemed like he just didn't have a lot of respect for anybody. It sometimes seemed like he felt like he was on another level than all the people around him, and that's kinda cause he was. But at the same time, you have to remain grounded, mainly because you haven't even made it to college yet. You almost can't even blame him for thinking that way though. Like I said, being arrogant got him a sponsorship with Puma at 17, so in his mind, he's doing everything right. I think one of the saddest parts about this whole situation though was his dad literally went through the exact same type of situation. His dad was a star basketball player for Sweetwater High School in California, but after hanging around the wrong people and having some off the court issues, colleges backed off. If you've been following Mikey for a while, you probably already knew that too. His dad literally advocates against that stuff. So I really have no idea how this whole situation even happened. The amount of money that's in the NBA can change multiple families literally forever, let alone the sponsors and everything else he already had going for him. Something along the lines of this happened to another high school prodigy recently, Amoni Bates. He was facing a couple felony gun charges before they got dismissed, and that hurt his reputation a lot. He was already kinda struggling on the court, and a situation like that just made everything that much worse. He's in the NBA now though, playing for the Cavs, so you can always turn it around. Again, they still haven't proved and sentenced him yet. That comes on October 24th, so I can't even say for sure that he did it. Even if he somehow completely gets off, he's gonna have to work 10 times harder than he was to regain his reputation. If he wants to make it to the NBA, he's gonna have to show that he's all basketball and nothing like this can ever happen again. His friends and anybody else that is dragging him down has to go. That's just how it is. When the news first got announced, I don't think people realized how big of a deal it really was. But now that things are starting to move, the seriousness is really setting in. After seeing the repercussions though, I don't think Mikey is gonna do something like this ever again. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this whole situation and leave a like on the video to support the channel. Also hit the subscribe button for more basketball videos just like this one.